Wealth has a need for speed, right? Let me explain. So, most of us will all make £1 million in our lifetime, right? Probably more than that. But for some, it will take 30 years, for some, it will take 40 years, for some, it will take a year, for some, it will take a month, for some, it will take a day, for some, it will take an hour, right? The question you have to ask yourself is, when I talk about wealth, wealth is connected to speed, is connected to time, right? So if you are somebody who is earning, let's just say £30,000 a year, right? And it takes you 40 years to make £1 million, right? Well, you can technically also say I made £1 million. But are you rich? No. And then you've got another person here, for example, he's made £1 million in 12 months, right? Who's wealthy? Well, the person who's made it in 12 months, yeah, he's richer. He's not like mega rich, but he's rich, right? So when I'm saying wealth has a need for speed, it's like the quicker you make that £1 million, the more rich you will be. Because in order for you to make the £1 million in 12 months, you have to have skills what this person doesn't have, because this person's in a job, he's working 40 years, he's saved some money, and by the time he probably can't even enjoy it, he's unhealthy, he's probably 60 odd, 70 odd. However, this person, if he's made it in 12 months, he knows something this person doesn't know. So when I say wealth has a need for speed, the question you want to ask yourself is that currently at the moment, whatever you're earning, £1 million was just an example. If you're earning 20, 30, 40K every single year, well then what do you need to know? What do you need to learn? Who do you need to get around? What information are you currently lacking that you don't have? That if you top that up, if you learn that information, it will speed the process of you making £1 million. Time is a limited resource, because let's say 6 o'clock now is 6:01, right? Time is gone. You can't get your time back, right? So if you want to get rich, if you want to get wealthy, what you need to do is learn. Let's say if it takes you a year to make £1 million, how can I make that in 6 months? How can I make that in 3 months? How can I make that in 2 months? How can I make that in 1 month? And when you do that and you master that and you figure that part out, you will start to become rich. Let me just break this. That was a decent enough break. Ooh. And this is why I say wealth has a need for speed. Most of you don't value your time. You don't value your time. You just give it to every single person, everyone, you just give it to everyone. Right? If you continue giving your time to people, well, if you don't value it, how do you then expect someone else to value it? Right? That was a poor shot. Right? Yeah, so what you must do is value your time, learn where you can quickly go and learn where to make as much money as possible. Because look, guys, if you're sat there thinking, well, I'm okay, I'm earning £1,000 a week, I'm earning £5 grand a month or 10 grand a month, and I'm okay, well, then you're being selfish. Because there will be times in your life where you will need money, right? And when you have money, it's not that you can, when you're earning over a certain amount of money, it's not like it's going to change your lifestyle up much. It doesn't really, but it gives you the options of going and doing something if you really wanted to, and then you can help others. You've all got elderly parents, you've all got, elderly friends, you've got people who are in bad conditions, and the joy comes from if you can, for example, send somebody on a holiday just because you can and give them spending money. Well, That's fulfillment. That's legacy. That's like, now you're living out your purpose. So money does so many other things what you wouldn't even think about. Right? So it's not even, it shouldn't even be about you. If you're thinking like, oh, well, I don't need more money, well, that is a really selfish way to look at it. Make your money faster, make it quicker, figure out how I can do it quicker. And one of the ways you're going to do that is you have to change your environments. You literally have to change your environment. You have to change the way you speak. You have to start asking empowering questions. You have to start making powerful statements. The way you speak is what you see. Right? So for example, I'll give you an example. If somebody came up to me right now and said, how are you feeling, Ibby? And I say, I'm all right, with my shoulders bent. Well, I'm going to see that. I'm going to see that negativity, that bad, like, just things are just not well. But if you came to me and said, how are you doing? I'm doing excellent. I'm doing great. How are you doing? Like, just that energy alone, just the way I said it, because I'm saying it like that, I'm seeing it. I'm feeling empowered. People ask me, well, how do I get out of the rut? Well, make empowering statements and powerful statements, right? So wealth has a need for speed, so stop taking time to make money, right? Get the pay. And this is why if you look at most people that are successful and are on the right foot, what they will do is, even if they're down to the last 10K or 15K or 20K, they'll spend like 95% of that just gathering the information, because one, they're action takers, right? They know they're going to implement, and they trust the fact that the person who's ahead of them, they put the faith in, know that, well, he knows what he's talking about, or she knows what she's talking about. And if I go there and spend my last little bit, they're looking at the return on investment, be thinking, well, I'm going to make that back in the first month, or I'm going to make that back in the second month. He's going to pay for that and 2-3 times more, and then I've got that skill which I can then sell to somebody else. So the key here is be a fast implementer. Wealth has a need for speed, so don't take time. At the moment, if you can't make £1 million, think of it like this: if you can't make £1 million a year, it's costing you £1 million not to know. And if you look at it like that, hopefully it'll get your ass shifting into gear, so you can quickly make decisions that you need to for you and your life, and start taking action and start changing your life and your family's life.